It was in 2007. I was working as a waiter. I was young, and I was coming back home, and an ex-lover of mine called me, and he said I was doing some HIV tests for my job, and I found out that I was HIV positive, and I think it's you, and I blame you, and I forgive you. Go get tested and find out with your life. That's not the best way. That's not even a good way to know that you have HIV. That night was really terrifying. It was very sad. I was wrestling with my emotions, and I kind of knew that it was from me, maybe because I was just putting on the guilt. The next morning, I went to an NGO nearby, and I did the test once and twice and 3 times, and the result was the same. It was positive. It wasn't easy, but it wasn't as difficult, at least for those first few hours. Over the next few days, things got a little worse. I would wake up in the morning, I'd remember I have HIV, and then I just start crying all over again. And then I think it was like a week into that, I woke up and I was like, okay, I'm done with crying. I'm not gonna spend the rest of my life crying. I have it, I need to figure out what I'm gonna do. But then I met this new physician, she became my doctor, and I told her I want to start treatment, and she immediately said yes, and there was no looking back. And I'm actually very good friends with that physician until today. I remember a few times when I got sick, I felt helpless. It was days on a row, not being able to move and just having to be in bed with someone taking care of you. But I think the most painful part of HIV is the stigma. Applying for a job and then someone telling you with all your qualifications that you can't get it because you have HIV. And I've seen this happen with jobs at the bank, with jobs that have nothing to do with patient or human contact or even any risky behavior, or being with someone, telling them and then having them reject you. That's the real pain. Having your family reject you or deny you your heritage, your inheritance, or anything that you're entitled to. This is the painful part. I've seen many people spiral down and up in life because of stigma and because what stigma can do. And this is one of the real situations that a lot of people cannot access treatment or testing or screening. So getting to accept myself and live with myself took a lot of time. And having my community around me accept that was even more difficult. Because I told a few people at first out of goodwill and keeping a clear conscience that I want to live right, but that did not go well. The news just spread very fast, and that was a lot of stigma, so I really wanted to stay as hidden as possible. As the years passed, I became more confident about myself. More people started being more positive around HIV, so I started opening up a little bit, but I was still not ready to face the world. I started volunteering with a few NGOs, helping out here and there because I wanted to give something back. I was comfortable with myself and I want other people to feel the same. But it wasn't until I actually took the new job offer and I started working, and 6 months into that, I was at the International AIDS Conference, and there was a lot of inspiring people there, a lot of people saying beautiful things, working from the bottom of their hearts, and I felt, I want to do something. And to do something means you need people to trust you. And how do you get a full region to trust you? And my choice was telling them my story. And it was that point that changed my life. I was more comfortable, I was not afraid anymore, I felt more power, and the trust and the love that I got from so many people that I knew, even old and new, really gave me the courage to stand up and to fight for those who are similar to me and who have not yet have found the courage to move on with their life and to find the beauty and the purpose in their lives.